about, hello, it's Ariel. This is Ariel. And this is Queen Elizabeth. We're talking about weaponized love. We're talking about scapegoating. We're talking about traumas. So what brought this to my mind is my daughter has a rabbit. That's why this is called Silly Rabbit. Tricks are for kids. My daughter has a rabbit, and rabbits are prey to everything. Everything is a rabbit's natural predator. My guy ain't got no defense system. And it's crazy, my ears just ringing. Yo, hello, what would you like to say? Huh? Let's move through it. My daughter has a rabbit. And when we got this rabbit, my guy was scary, terrified of everything. Thus he should be, because he is prey. He's pretty much designed to be food for every creature in existence. No defense mechanism. He only can move fast. So for the first year or so of having this rabbit, this is how he moved. Scary. He was always hiding under something, right? Well, the other day, we letting the rabbit out. He's free roaming or whatnot. And this dude starts to chase my daughter. He's chasing her and barking at her. Have you ever heard a rabbit bark? Did you know rabbits bark? He's growling. He's growling like he big dog. And I was like, huh. I was like, see, Taylor, he's doing that because you love him. Your love has given my man audacity. So because she cared about him, it almost like it grew its nature. He got this confidence, and he knows that we won't hurt it. Why did this come to my attention? Weaponized love. Yeah. And then I start thinking about, well, who's affected by weaponized love? The people who are affected by weaponized love are the vulnerable. Who are the vulnerable? The easily harmed. Let's talk about the easily harmed. The easily harmed are people who do not address the things they've been through. I was watching this guy on TikTok earlier, and he was funny, so funny. He knew how to make light of the things that he had endured. Hilarious. However, if you're really listening, you're like, damn, dude, been through a lot. You've been through a lot. That's kind of tragic. And if you've gone through something and you're not addressing how it made you feel, what happened, what it took from you, okay, then you're the easily harmed. And I don't want to make you feel no kind of way about yourself, okay? It's not good or bad. I don't even believe in those words. But the easily harmed are people who hold things like guilt, shame, selflessness, guilt, the feeling of not being enough, urges to belong, judgment. If you're holding those energies, those are the easily harmed. And if you are the easily harmed, or if you're sitting in the energy of easily harmed and you've never addressed it, then people can weaponize your love. People can make you the scapegoat. Scapegoats, these are people who think like, why me? Why is the world so mean to me? Why do good guys or good girls finish last? Why is nobody listening to me, catering to me? That's because they want to use you to be the fall guy. And what's a scapegoat? A scapegoat is somebody who is used in a group to deflect from the issues of the group. You're like their bottom bitch. Hold on. I'm a fighter. I'm the lioness. I'm the light bringer, but I do that through darkness. So why every time I tell you something about addressing yourself, the reason why it's not all giddy and happy and ha-ha and cute is because you have to move through life, which means you have to build your strength. And you can't build your strength if you're not paying attention to yourself. So the easily harmed are the vulnerable, and the vulnerable are people who do not address their sadnesses. And your sadnesses are things like guilt, shame, selflessness, regret, The feeling of not being enough, urges to belong, judgment. If you have those things, people can use you. People can make you a scapegoat. I know that a lot of us are in family dynamics and you're wondering why no one's listening to you. You're wondering why you have an idea, no one's listening to your idea. Johnny comes around the back way, he says the same idea, and everyone goes, oh yes, Johnny is brilliant. That's because they have created you as a scapegoat. That's because they see your traumas and they know you won't say shit. They know you have such an urge to belong. They know that you feel such an urge to be selfless that if they don't have to respect you because you're not requesting respect. So like with my daughter. So here's Peter Cottontail. He's running around the house. He's barking at her. He's now found this new courage because of my daughter's love. And I'm like, Taylor, you're just going to let that man bark at you? You know, you're not going to put him in a cage, put him in the corner, put my man in the corner. And she's like, no, I love him. I just want him to love me. I just want him to love me. Okay, but your love without redirection is just darkness. So if you're a mother and you're just loving on your kid, let's say you're a mother and you grew up with these parents who would smack you in the mouth for breathing too hard during The Price is Right. Okay? So you grew up that way. You got these parents who are just unhinged. Okay? They can't handle any additional conflict besides going to work and paying the bills. Most people can't. The only thing people can emotionally handle is going to work, paying the bills. Everything else is just too much for them, too much. They don't have it to give. So you're going through this life, you've grown up, you're a teenager, you find this man who's probably just like your parents. Or you find this woman who's probably just like your parents because you haven't addressed it. So now you've had this kid, right? And you love this kid and your whole intention is to make sure this kid is happy and loved throughout life. And you don't even raise your voice at the kid. This is a beautiful intention, a righteous intention. But however, now you've grown this child to an adult person who now has never been redirected, who's never been told, hey, you can't do that. Hey, this is the consequences to your action. You think that because you were so loving and sweet and kind to this kid, that this kid is going to be loving and sweet and kind to you, but that's not human nature. What tends to happen is now this kid is a goddamn monster. You created a rabbit who barks at people, who doesn't know that everything is its natural prey. That everything is its predator. Because he's lived in a house with a sweet mom who didn't say anything, or a dad who was absent. Because remember, you grew up in this household, so you probably found somebody who reminds you of your parents because you didn't address the feeling of selflessness, shame, guilt, wanting to be validated, the urge to belong, judgment. So now instead of this, you think this kid is going to love you and call you and stuff because you gave it all that you could. You were selfless. You gave him everything. You're a mother before you're a woman, or you're a father before you're a man. But that's not how it works. What happens is you've grown someone who does not take responsibility, and now you're going to be the scapegoat in this child's life. So now Peter Cottontail, he's grown up. Now remember, he's grown up with these parents. One is loving and supporting, and one is probably absent, physically there, but mentally absent, because they probably only can hold going to work and paying bills, like your parents. So now Peter Cottontail has learned that if you're someone who is selfless, you will allow people to take advantage of you. This is what the child has learned subconsciously. So now this child has grown up and they're in their job and what they do, and they're a tyrant because all they want to do is take. They don't want to take accountability. And people who don't want to take accountability, they usually try to find weaker energies, vulnerable energies, easily harmed energies to take on the brunt of their work and to become the scapegoat. So now you're someone and you're at work and you work with Peter Cottontail and he wants you to do 92 projects. He doesn't understand that these projects take time, that you have to get these people together, that you have to strategically, work it out with this whole other department. He doesn't understand that because he doesn't take accountability, because all his life he has had someone else do it for him because they were selfless. And that's why selflessness is the easily harmed, because you should never be selfless. Why? You deserve partnership. You deserve understanding. You deserve caring. When you give that up, it is not that of the light. It is actually that of heaviness disguised. So now you are an employee of Peter Cottontail, and he believes everyone should do something for him because he has never had to be accountable. And when you cannot produce what Peter Cottontail is telling you to produce, now you're the scapegoat. Now they're going, why can't John get it done? So now everything that goes wrong in this organization is now your issue. And that is your issue now, John, because now you work for an organization that you see don't care for its employees. We have to stop doing that too. We make ourselves the scapegoat. We allow people to weaponize our care. We allow people to weaponize the fact that we care, the fact that we are loved, the fact that we are involved, the fact that we like camaraderie, partnership. We let people weaponize it. It's like in the Bible where it says, don't give your pearls to swine. We forget that. You have to be like the serpent and the dove. So you're wondering why. That's why. Because there are parts inside that can be easily harmed. And every time I say that, I feel this friction. Because no one wants to feel like they are. I feel this friction. It's not mine because I'm shit. Like you feel like it's weakness because I say easily harmed. It's just truth. And if you don't want to believe it outside, if you don't want to believe it out in the open, that's fine. You can heal in the dark. You can heal in the quietness, in the protection of your own home. But I need you to pay attention to your situations. How do you know if you're the easily harmed? Are people taking advantage of you? Have you ever said people are taking advantage of you? Then there's probably something that is attached to you that you are giving freely and shouldn't be. For whatever reason. Fear, rejection, wanting to look like one is good, wanting to be good, wanting to be looked at as good, wanting to be looked at as educated, strong. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get it. Or just wanting to be perceived. Maybe you just want someone to look at you in general because when you grew up, people didn't pay you any attention. I understand that. Let me calm this bang. I get that one. And because you weren't perceived, now you want people to see you. You want people to notice that you're smart. This is regular shit. Please do not, when I say easily harmed, maybe I should find a better way to give it to you. Please do not think that I'm saying it in a way that makes you any less than what you are, because I think you're divine. You are me and I am you. I am talking to myself here. We are one. There is no spoon. There is no spoon. The truth is, it's only yourself. So it'd be nice if y'all told me some stories. Like, tell me about your childhood. Tell me about what you're going through. Talk to your girl. Because it is, I can see it. And this is another way you can know. If you've ever said, oh, yeah, I've been taken advantage of, if you feel like you're being overworked, if you're feeling like you're being overlooked, if you're feeling like no one's listening, then first of all, I need you to know, don't look on the outside. You have to look on the inside. If you understand what I mean by there's no spoon, if you understand the matrix, what I mean by that. You got to be like, Okay, I'm getting this opposition. This is how you know you're going through a trial. Okay, this shit's coming at me, man. This is coming at me. I asked for a raise. I ain't got one. They act like they can't hear me. I'm speaking to my wife. I'm telling her that we got to do this. We have to save money. I got this plan. She's not listening to my plan. I'm talking to my husband. I'm telling him I want to go back to school. They're not listening. Okay. So this stuff is coming at you that you're saying, this is not what I want for myself. Then first you have to look inside yourself and ask yourself, well, how is this being allowed? What is it that is allowing this? In a beautiful world, you be able to address what's happening inside yourself that's allowing you to allow this. And then you can speak to the outside energy, tell it what you've discovered, and it will work with you. But in this world, most of the time what happens is once you address it inside, then you realize that there's something you have to do when it comes down to separation, letting go of something. This thing was, this thing was never meant for me. I was just here because I was allowing myself to be mistreated. I was allowing them to weaponize my love. I was allowing myself to be the scapegoat. You're not the scapegoat because the only time you're a scapegoat and it is not anything of your doing is when you're a child. That's the only time you're a scapegoat and it's not your of your own doing, because you need someone to take care of you, right? But when we're grown and we're scapegoats, it's because we're not paying attention to ourselves. We're not paying attention to our needs. We're allowing people to just take from us because we think that's what makes us accepted and loved. And that's what we believe that will grow us in society. So we overwork ourselves and overgive and all that stuff. That's on you. I was watching Jordan Peterson, who was a great psychologist. He was also a professor. And I love watching his old work when he was at the university, because he was talking about the worst thing you could do as a parent is try to hide the world from your child. I mean, of course, you love on your child more than the world would, but you don't hide it from what the world can do and what the world will do. If you're moving as this parent that's selfless, or if you're moving as this parent who is guilty, let's say you got to be honest with yourself. Let's say this economy right now, food is crazy high. Jobs are paying very low, right? Everything is more money, and no one's got any increase in money from their jobs. So it's harder to provide. You love your kids. You want to give your kids everything and all things, but society is not allowing you to do that. That creates guilt and shame in a parent. You have to address that. And you have to be true to yourself, honest to yourself across the whole board. Use your masculine energy. Have I done all I could? Am I going to work? Have I sought for better? And if you've done all those things, then you also have to broaden that truth. Look at society. The job market shit. Our president's crazy, right? Because if you don't address the ache that you had when you look at your kids and your kids is asking you for Xbox, if you don't address that feeling you felt when your kid asked you for an Xbox and you know you can't provide it, if you don't address it, it creates shame and guilt. And then you start giving your kid additional chances that he or she shouldn't have had. Because you have this shame or guilt, maybe you don't redirect them. Maybe when they do something crazy, you don't put them on punishment because you felt guilty because you couldn't give them that Xbox. This happens. So that's why we have to address everything, because there's always a search for balance. We always have to find balance. And these corporations and organizations, they very much so want you to feel these way. They want you to feel like they want you to seek validation. They want you to be full of judgment of oneself. They want you to feel guilty. They want you to feel shame. They want you to feel rejection. They want you to feel like you're not enough, because they use all those things to keep you at work. They want you to feel like something's not coming. They want you to not rely on your intuition. They want you to not walk out on faith. They want you to not hope because they want you to keep you in that cycle of doing their bidding, okay? Peter Cottontail, he's now your boss. He wants you to be in that energy so he can continue to give you 84 projects that he knows that you can't fulfill because he wants you in that constant energy of not feeling like you're doing enough or not being enough. Because if they can keep you in that constant energy, then you'll do it for little to nothing. And then also what I see is, some people just want to be caught up in the darkness. That's fine. Pop off, twin. You can be caught up in the darkness. Some people don't want to change. Some people don't want to be redirected because it's working out for them. Just like Peter Cottontail. Right now, his energy of being a tyrant and having dominion over his little organization is working out for him because he feels like he's the boss. So he doesn't want to change that. It has to be the person who works under them that strives for the change. It has to be you because as you go, you know what, Peter, fuck this. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. And you get the hell on and you walk out on faith, then that crumbles Peter's organization. Now he has to do some work. Or now people above him are looking at him like, what's going on? The only time you can really make a difference, the only time you can really rock someone's shit is with removal of energy. You popping off and talking shit really don't do it. You usually have to pull yourself from that. And even if you're not physically pulling yourself from that, you're pulling that energy that you were once giving away from the situation. Okay? You felt, as that parent, you felt like you wasn't giving your child enough. Here comes Bobby. He says he wants the Xbox. However, Bobby ain't been cleaning his room. Bobby been making F's. Bobby been talking back to his mama. No, you're not getting that Xbox because we're still making adults who are kind. People use it against you all the time, and you think people can't see you. I wonder if people actually we believe. I guess we're so. I don't know why people think that we can't see one another. Like when you're talking to someone and you're looking at someone, you can see more than what you're putting on. Maybe not everybody, but I feel like a lot of people can. You're already seen. I see you. So whatever's going on, if I'm that type of energy and I don't want to have any type of accountability, then I'm going to give you all the accountability and I'm going to weaponize your caring. I'm going to weaponize your sadnesses and I'm going to get what I want done and forget you and forget your family and forget your lineage. That's what the government does. Weaponized love is just like what's going on now with the food stamps. So love is expansion, love is growth, love is substance, right? This is pissing me off. Right? So with the food stamps thing right now, as soon as I saw the news article and it said, "Oh, there might not be any food stamps for November and December because of the shutdown," I said, "Oh, these mofos playing in our face. They're playing in our face." Oh, so you're going to scare the people. So I already knew that they're trying to weaponize. They're trying to weaponize your fear. They're trying to weaponize your wanting to be with your family. They're trying to weaponize you're wanting to celebrate. They're trying to weaponize, right? They're so slick. So it's brilliant, really. All because they want what they want, right? For the shutdown, their disagreements that they're having over healthcare, I believe, and they're trying to bully the Democrats into doing what they want, and they're trying to bully them through the people because they know the Democrats care for the people. So they're going to use the people to fear tactic the Democrats to doing what they want. This is weaponizing love. This is weaponizing care. But what we have to do as the people, and this is why I'm always saying these things to you guys about balance, looking inside yourself. What part of yourselves do you see are easily triggered, easily harmed? Because for me, As soon as I saw that, what they were saying about how they're going to take the food stamps and stuff, which it sounds like bullshit. We'll see what happens. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, they're talking shit. And for real, because you're trying to play in my face, forget the whole fucking thing. Who cares about Thanksgiving and who cares about Christmas? I don't care. For trying to play with you. If they ban those things, if they take those things, do you know how it will cripple the economy? They're playing in your face. They're not going to cripple their own economy. But because you showed me where you want to play the game, and because I have the consciousness, the grit, the willing to sacrifice, forget your holiday. And if we all thought like that, forget your holiday, then we would be able to push people like Peter Cottontail right out the door, because you see the power play. You see where they're trying to play on your vulnerabilities. You see where they're trying to weaponize the things you care about. And you'd be like, I would give it to you. I don't care about that. Because you're pulling your energy back. But I learned that a lot of us don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to walk through the shadows. A lot of people don't want to walk through the valleys, and you suffer. You're suffering. But and the universe is like, what does it take for you to see that you're suffering? They sent all these things, especially for millenniums. We've been through a whole heap of stuff. If we're not the ones that are seeking the light, I don't know who is. Because the universe is like, you're supposed to be my people. You're supposed to be the ones who riding or dying for the cause because of all the things that you've seen. My personality is so much that of, who the fuck you think you finna control? If God gave me anything, if God has given me anything, it is sovereignty. That's mine. The universe giving you infinite possibilities. That's yours. And anything else that is on top, anything else that's coming into your life that is trying to take from you, control you, not allowing you to seek the things that you want to seek, toxic. If it ain't right, it's left. I don't like that. And that's why I speak light through the darkness. And that's why what I say is always that of, look inside yourself. You got to look at the things that have not been illuminated. You have to look at the shadows. You have to address what hurts. Don't you want to be a solid individual? A solid individual who can't be taken advantage of, who can't be controlled, who trusts themselves and loves themselves and believes that they're worthy. Isn't that what you want to be? A true one, not someone fake who think that they found this treasure because they have all this money or because they have all this power. That's fake. Those people go to sleep at night still shaking in their sheets because they're afraid. Not someone like that. I'm talking about a real solid individual. Isn't that not what you strive for? Don't let them use you. And it's not true. It's not real. Y'all, for real, none of this is real. For real, you living on a giant rock that's floating through the universe. For real. An infinite universe. Please zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. See what's real. See what's true. I know that the powers that be want you to stay stuck in the heaviness, the unseen, the shadow, because it's working for them right now. It's allowing them the illusion of fighting death. It's allowing them the illusion of being immortal. I don't get it. Because some people don't want to change. This is what's happening. This is what, oh, okay. You know what I've noticed? I am a witness. I witness. I observe. That's my nature. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch. And I just look. I watch people like I watch a movie. I'm just watching. It interests me. And what I've noticed is people who use control tactics to cause unnecessary harm, unwarranted harm to people, the universe does eventually get. And the reason why the word is eventually is because the universe is building a RICO case. It wants it to hit you so hard that it's without a shadow of a doubt. They're like, the universe is like the FBI. It wants it to hit without a shadow of a doubt. There's no running. You have to face yourself. You did this to yourself. That's how the universe wants it to hit. And what I witnessed it as I watch the universe move in this energy, if you are a light bringer, someone who loves, someone who cares, someone who's just moving throughout this life and doesn't mean any harm, if you are that type of energy and you are near these energies that want to control, the universe will take you. And I don't say that lightly. It will take you. It will pull you out of that energy. And from what I witnessed is usually, and I don't want to sound, it's usually through death. This is what I've noticed. I'm not saying something I haven't witnessed, like I'm not watching. Okay? If you are connected to people, places, things, thoughts, and you see that these people are maneuvering in an energy of unnecessary, unwarranted harm, just know that the universe is real because you're on a rock that's floating through the universe. Come on, guys, zoom out. We get caught up in the physical and you think there's nothing above you watching. There will be order, there will be balance because that is what designed you in the first place. Please remember that you are atoms, you're just energy and electricity. What do you think? So this energy is watching and it's going to have its order. It's building this case. And if you are a light bringer and you're in this energy and you're one of these people who are selfless or guilty or shameful, or you judge yourself too much, or you have this urge for validation, this urge to belong, and you are assisting this energy because of your sadnesses, the universe will pluck you out of that. It can't have you helping it. It can't have you in the way, assisting it. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I want you to walk away instead of being plucked. It's almost like it's like the rapture. People read the Bible and they think it's only a physical thing. No, it's also a metaphysical thing. It's not just literal, it's also figurative. It's also, you know what I mean? Get out the way before the universe takes you out the way. But I've noticed that the people who are older, like people get diseases out of nowhere and pass away. I've seen this. It depends on how attached you are to these harmful energies that want to control the society. If you're paying attention to your life and you realize random shit keeps happening to you, and you're the type of person who goes, I don't do nothing to nobody, then you need to see what you're doing to yourself and who you're connecting to, because the universe is trying to talk to you and it's trying to get you out the way of its RICO case. Get out the way. Because even though you might not want to address your sadnesses or address your triggers and traumas, if you don't want to address them, the universe is still going to address it. And for me, the reason why I always address my shit is because I know the universe will rock my shit. If I don't look at it and go, okay, let's do this the easiest way possible, I know that something crazy will happen. Something that is beyond. And it wants evolution. That's why it has to have balance. That's why they will be balanced. That's why when you read in all these religious texts that good always good always overcomes, because good is love, which is expansion, which is growth, which is evolution. That is inevitable. Earth is not going to let you kill it. You think Earth's going to let you kill it? It'll kill you first. Are we following? That's why it's inevitable. So if you're trying to fight against something that you're trying to fight against evolution and it's inevitable, and evolution is you. You are created of the same thing the sun is created of. You're created of the same thing the stars, the earth. You're created of the same material. When it says, when I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. You can try to fight against it. I'm trying to stand with you to show you how you partner with it. So your growth can be as easy as possible, because it's calling for evolution. It is the rapture in the figuratively sense. I don't know why I can't say that. Y'all tell me. In the parable sense, it is the rapture. It's calling you up. It's trying to get you out the way. And if you're not paying attention, the way it shows you that it's trying to get you out the way is that you keep getting, things keep happening. And you think, oh, it's just happening to me. It's happening to me. Well, what part are you playing with it? What is subconscious? What aren't you making conscious? If you were at the grocery store and someone cut you in line and you felt that fire in your damn heart and you like, I'm gonna beat their ass. That's the subconscious. If you're at the gas station and you're pumping gas and you only got $5 and it hits $4.50 and you start losing your shit, that's the subconscious. If you're dating someone and you found out that that person is cheating on you and you decide that you want to drive to their house and beat them up, that's the subconscious. These are traumas. These are triggers. These are things that your experiences have developed in you that are now controlling your ass, and you think you are the one guiding it, and you're not. There's something else controlling you. There's something else that's telling you that you're not good enough, and who does she think she is? And you're full of pride where you feel like you got to beat his ass or beat her ass. There's something in you that makes you so irritated that someone just cut you in line. Oh, who do they think they are? I'm a man. I'm a woman. Why do you feel like you have to defend that? That is a trauma. Something is controlling you and you don't realize. Or let's say you're in that line. Let's say you're in that line and someone cuts you and you don't say anything, but you know it bothered you. But you're just going to let them cut you and you just sit back. But you feel it in your chest. That's a trauma. Something's harmed you in some way deep down and you haven't said anything. If you don't say anything, if you go, excuse me, you cut me, that's also something that you have to address. This is how you see it, and that's why I always talk about, do you know what it feels like in your body? Are you paying attention to your body? Are you paying attention to your nervous system? Your nervous system talks to you. It lets you know what to address. So you can't be controlled, because that's evolution. The evolution, y'all got to go watch the movie, Beautiful Mind. The evolution is, you have the emotions, you have the thoughts, you can even feel it in your nervous system, but it's not taking you over in a way where it is making you a robot. It's not taking you over in a way that you start to do things in your life that are detrimental. It's like you address it, you feel it, and you go, nah, but I think I'm gonna do this though instead. Or no, I think I'll do this instead. I'm not worried about that. Or let me address this. That's what evolution is. Emotions are required. If we didn't have emotions, we would die. The brain has already saw that. We've already evolved to having a amygdala. Our brain has already evolved and realized that it needed emotions, because without emotions, we were not attaching situations to death. So the brain said, okay, let's develop. We need these emotions. Okay. Well, now it's time to evolve again. Okay, you have these emotions, but now you're afraid. You don't know the difference between a car accident, a real car accident, and thinking about a car accident. And your body, your nervous system reacts the same. You don't. Your body doesn't know the difference between having a discussion with your boss and actually getting in a physical altercation. Your nervous system is reacting the same way with that thought. So that's where the evolution lies, is we have to get past that. How do you address that? The only way you can address that is by practicing. Every time you feel that warmth in your chest, you practice. You got to know that you're worthy. You got to know that that's what you deserve. You deserve a peaceful, easy life of calmness. That's how you go about doing that. You go through the darkness. You go through the heaviness. You allow yourself to move with intention. And that way you can't be weaponized. Your love can't be weaponized. You choose who you want to give it to. You choose when you're ready to fight. You choose when you're ready to sacrifice. Imagine what our world would be if all of us decided to look within. Then you couldn't be controlled. And then the people would take back life. We would take back the government. We wouldn't let them do stupid shit like this. Raising the health insurance. Telling people they're not going to eat. Telling people they're not going to eat. Are y'all not enraged? Are you not enraged? What are you going to do about it? What are you willing to sacrifice? Giving us shame, giving us guilt so they can control you, so they can make you do what they want you to do. And what they want you to do is even more detrimental to you and the people. But you can't see that if you're not looking inside yourself to see where you're being played with, to see where you've always been played with. Yeah, fall for everything. That's because they all our lives they made you feel like you weren't worthy. It's just like the Matrix for real. It's just like the Matrix for real. I don't know what sovereign wrote that book or sat down with source to get those images and stories, but just like they had all those bodies in a pod, they had all those bodies in that pod sucking your energy. That's exactly what they do. It was just a physical representation of what is actually going on in the shit physics in the energy realm. They're sucking your shit, and they live off of it. Literally sucking your shit, literally living off of it because it wants you to be asleep. Let's say you go out into the woods and you find a wolf. You found a wolf cub, right? And you take this wolf cub home. So you pull it out of its environment, its natural environment. And every day you kick the wolf cub. Every day you kick the cub, and every day you don't feed it its proper portions, and every day you go bad dog, bad dog, bad dog, and you kick it and you don't feed it. And then one day you might feed it a little bit, but this wolf is dependent on you. You've taken it out of its environment. You all it knows. This is all it's known, and then you just give it scraps. Now this wolf believes it's a dog, and it looks towards you for substance, and all that shit's a lie. This thing is a wolf, but it can't. But you can't let it know that, because if it ever discovered that it is a wolf, it will eat your ass. If it ever discovered that it was a wolf, if it ever discovered that I have sovereignty over my life and I'm strong, it would remember that it was a wolf. It would eat your ass up, and it would have the courage to go out into the world and see what's out there. And you know what it would discover? It would discover where it was from. It would discover the woods again. And that's what they do to you. And that's what they do to us. They kick you every day. They kick you every day. They give you scraps because they want you to feel like you're a dog. But really, you were always born a wolf. Oh, and let me not forget, why did they take you from the woods in the first place? Well, they took you from the woods in the first place because you're big and strong. They got you guarding the sheep while they're at work. So they kick you every day. They give you a job. And they give you less for what you deserve because you're actually strong enough for it. You have to understand. No one attacks an empty house. No one robs an empty house. They're not doing all this to you because you're nothing. God, I sure hope this wolf dog doesn't realize that it's stronger than me, bigger than me. God, I sure hope this wolf dog doesn't get fed up. Let me keep distracting it with work and bacon on Sundays, so it doesn't. So it's so distracted it doesn't look within and hear a calling inside of itself. God, I hope that this bacon distracts it from the dreams that it's having about running in the forest that it's never seen. God, what can I keep doing to distract this damn wolf dog so it won't remember that it's stronger than me and eat my ass up? What can I do to distract it to know that it's actually a part of a pack, that it actually has a desire to be a part of a team? What can I do to make it feel like it's an individual, that it's isolated and by itself? Make it forget that it actually loves family and loves being a part of something connected. What can I do to it? I'll isolate it. I'll make it work hard and struggle. They're good at it. So good at it. So good at it. And then it gives you bacon on the weekends because it knows that you have this urge, this ache for partnership, for connection. So it lets you sit in the kitchen on Sundays and eat bacon with it. So you can love it. Weaponize your desire, weaponize your want for connection. But then on Monday it kicks your ass again and it tells you to get to work. With me, I'm a hard worker and I'm a mother. And right, borrowed time. I felt like I was already always borrowing time. I didn't have any time. How am I gonna sit down with myself? How am I gonna meditate? How am I gonna slow down? I can't slow down. I'm moving. Well, you know what? I became my altar. I became the altar. My every movement is that for God. My every movement is that for the embetterment of oneness. So that's why it's always with thought. My every thought, I run it by sovereignty. And my every decision, I run it by the energy that animates us. Is this working for me? Why did I say that? Why did I feel that way? Is that blocking me? I became the altar. So this dog that's actually a wolf, yeah, it's being mistreated and it's being worked down to the bone. Yup. But while it's out there in the fields working, it needs to go, damn, these fields are hot. Damn, why does this man want me to be in these fields? Damn, why do I keep coming out here to these fields? Damn, what was that dream about I had last night? Damn, why I always have this urge to you have to talk to yourself. Yeah, we are all on this time where we feel like we don't have enough time. And a lot of us don't have the luxury of slowing down and sitting with yourself at home and having this break. But you have to become your own altar. You have to give to yourself. And you do that by you stopping and in every thought. A thought is so instantaneous. Dang, that heifer cut me off in this line. That shit pissed me off. Huh, I wonder why that pissed me off. On your way home. Why did that piss me off? I wonder where that came from. That's you loving on yourself. That's you praising God right there. Okay? And the gift that you get and the reward that you get is remembering that you're a wolf.